Hi guys, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Natasha.
And we were wondering,
are you free for coffee?
Welcome.
Hey y'all.
We're just going to talk about some random things that have come up.
We've got some opinions.
You know we have opinions. And we would love to hear you guys' thoughts on these. Here in Texas, a teacher was fired for reading an excerpt from an illustrated version of the Diary of Anne Frank to middle schoolers. So when I was in 8th grade, the Diary of Anne Frank was required reading. Mm-hmm. That was like on our, one of the books we read. So I'm kind of feeling some kind of way about this. And the book, they just show a picture of it. And I don't know if it's kind of like an abbreviated version. They didn't go into that. Like sometimes when things are illustrated, it's not the whole thing. They just kind of tell the story.
Yeah.
And so
what is it you kind of say? How do you say hit the high notes?
Right. Kind of Cliff Note-ish. I'm not sure. I didn't get that. And she just read an excerpt. It wasn't the whole thing. She just read a paragraph or so of it to her students, and she was fired. So this is really
getting out of
problematic for me. I feel like reading elicits such compassion in you. And this is how we learn empathy a lot of times, because you're not going to always be able to go to these places. You're not going to always be able to live it. Experience these things. But this reading lets you step in somebody else's shoes. Mm-hmm. And I love reading for that reason.
Yes.
So I think it's a mistake.
That's my whole concern with the banning of books. Do you know why people think slavery is bad? It's not because they lived it. It's because they've read about it. Like, that's true. Think about this. Like, now my mom is 80. My oldest living uncle will be 101 soon. He has scars to show that he was beat, that he was a slave. If you ever read and learn about sharecropping, it really was like kind of a
legalized.
Slavery. It was legalized
you weren't
slavery.
A slave, but right. It's like you just transitioned.
You really did
from that to
yes.
And
that was his childhood. My capacity to understand what he went through comes from reading. He is 101. Even though he still walks around, he still does his stuff. He had some injuries that he sustained from living during that time frame. So he can't tell you all about it. So reading is that's how we do it. So to take that away, you're really dooming yourself to repeat history.
I think so too. And
spoiler alert, if you don't want to read it, don't read it.
Right. Well, they don't want their kids to read it. I guess that's why she was fired.
Yeah.
But Anne Frank is such a classic.
It should be.
And I feel like it's a really mild way to experience and talk about the Holocaust.
Very.
Because she was hiding.
Right.
The whole time. So it's in her voice.
Yes.
And so they're in hiding. But she's a young girl, so she's still thinking about what all young girls think about.
Well, and that's why reading it matters, right?
And what she's doing. So it's not like she's experiencing day to day the traumas of what the Nazis were doing, because she really was sequestered, kind of. So it really is a mild way to talk about it and experience it and live it and see it through her eyes, what she was experiencing. So I think there's some much more graphic, ways to read about it and find out about it. So I think this is pretty mild. So I hate that for this teacher. I do. It breaks my heart. And that it's in Texas. Texas, you are breaking our hearts with some of this stuff. So we're rooting for her, and I'm sure she'll have no trouble finding
Yeah,
another job.
I do pray she lands on her feet.
I do. So, y'all, not us, but y'all are all in your feelings about Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Possibly, allegedly,
Supposedly.
dating NFL player Travis Kelce.
Okay.
We don't know. Now she was at the game.
And they had some post-game affection.
And he was in she was in I guess he has a family box. So his mom was in there and was she with a friend?
Yeah,
I think she brought a friend. So, they're clapping and yelling and doing the things that you do at a game. And then after the game, she walked out with him.
Yeah, they went to something post-game.
I didn't see anything. They could just be friends, couldn't they?
Okay, let me tell you though. This is see, some of y'all are even too young to know this. This boy done went from looking like John B. His ex-girlfriend that was on again, off again is a black girl. And he used to have his little taper fade, his earrings, and you've just went to white boy, like plain old vanilla. And so that's part of the speculation is like, when you stop going to a black barbershop, bro, like you had the fade, the ear. I mean, he was John B, Paul Wall, and now he's just regular old Wonder Bread. And so
he's Travis.
He Travis. Listen, because he used to be Big T. Now he Travis.
Okay.
Look, I done put up pictures, y'all. That's how he used to look.
Okay.
You see it?
The before and after.
That's the before. Who are you now, sir?
We don't know.
That's him.
Y'all are all in your feelings.
Look, he rocking. First off, he rocking these custom J's that cost a grip. Look at that's how it used to look. Blue Eye Soul. You went from Blue Eye Soul to Bluegrass.
Just blue eyes.
Just blue eyes. But it is. It's
we don't know, but everybody has gone crazy. Y'all are buying his shirts, and you're all in it. We don't know.
We don't know.
Now, I love her music. I love her, but I wouldn't probably be classified as a Swiftie because I'm not doing
not
what y'all are doing.
I'm not,
because I don't have a tween daughter or granddaughter,
right?
And those are the people that are more into her. But I'm gonna tell you what, if he don't act right, he gonna get a song wrote about it.
Now listen, you already know,
Travis, whatever's going on, keep it together and be nice. You better tune into this Golden Bachelor and see how he does it. Just kind of smooth with these breakups, so you don't have to get your feelings hurt. But y'all are feeling some kind of way about it. It's kind of funny.
It is funny. They're
so
not with
funny. But I love his mom.
Yeah,
I love his mom.
And him and his brother,
so cute.
They're both real cute.
Oh yeah,
now he's a tight end.
He's a nice guy,
and he's a cute.
And if they're having fun, and it's just
that's the purpose of dating.
I'm cool. Listen, I'm so cool with it.
My feelings ain't hurt.
No,
but y'all feel some kind of way, and it shows. Honey.
They do.
They do.
Okay, Alabama high school band teacher, whose name Johnny Mims. He got tased after refusing to wrap up a post-game performance. He was charged with disorderly conduct, physical harassment, and resisting arrest. So evidently, this band, or I guess the teams, bands in this area of Alabama, they do what they call a fifth quarter.
Right.
So when the game is over, the bands still play. They didn't specify how long. I don't know. It's a competition.
We don't
they
know
didn't
those
go all
details.
into it. But my kids were one of my kids was
band
in the
related.
drill team and in the band. Natasha's been in the band. So bands tend to have competitions and rivalries and do stuff. So this happens.
It's definitely its own thing outside of football.
Right. So evidently that was this tradition. But the Birmingham Police Department, they show officers approaching the band leader 18 minutes after the game
concluded. Okay.
Now, mind you, I don't know how big the schools are. My kids went to a huge school.
Right.
There was 3,000 plus people. And you guys know in Texas, we are Friday Night Lights. Everybody and their mama is there. 18 minutes, everybody's still there.
We have a whole thing called Battle of the Bands. Like, that's just how Friday Night Lights we are.
It takes you forever to get out of the stadium.
Yes.
So this wouldn't have been a thing. That's why it was kind of hard for me to understand. These are smaller schools, is what I'm thinking.
They have to be.
Because they're thinking 18 million, baby, 18 minutes.
That ain't nothing.
Like, you could be getting up to go, but you're not moving.
Right. Okay? Because the parking lot is packed.
Everybody just sits there and wait till it kind of clears out a little bit.
Yes.
So I kind of didn't get it. So I was feeling some kind of way about it. I did see they did approach him upon, several times. And they turned off the lights in the stadium, which kind of frightened some of the kids because they kind of
that's weird.
And kind of did something to them. And when one of the officers said something about you need to go, he kind of get out of my face kind of thing. I still have feelings about this.
Oh, I have strong feelings, but
There was no weapon. He was not in. He didn't endanger anybody or himself. This is at a school function.
Yeah, friendly.
And I get it that, you have to leave at a certain time. It would have been, I call the superintendent or you find the school or whatever. I wouldn't have taken it to where you're tasing this teacher in front of the kids.
Yeah.
I think that was just like totally unnecessary. Now, I posted about that or spoke about it on somebody else's post. And I said that I think it's totally unnecessary. He was not endangering anybody. You just wait. And of course they came for me.
Right.
Comply. That's always what, they say. You would have got hurt if you comply. This is a school function.
In front of children.
That you're tasing the teacher.
Yeah.
And no matter, I would have handled it differently. I didn't think he should have said, get out of your face and that. But he was not being violent. He just kept leading the band. Yeah. Really.
No, I'm sorry. As a band person, golly, I started band in elementary school. I played all the way up until college. I was drum major 2 years. This is part of rivalry. It just, and honestly, it really, so many kids now lack the ability to face conflict, to have rivalry, because they don't do any damn thing. So on the contrary, this is part of rivalry. It's a little bit of, poking at the bear a little bit, but to tase somebody, and then how does that help the kids? You've just tased someone in front of them.
I think they should have just sat there.
Cue the need for therapy.
It's almost like make an announcement like they do at stores. The stadium's going to be closed and the lights are going out at a certain time, whatever. And then find the school. Right. Find the district. Whatever.
Right.
Whatever you need to do.
Whatever punishment you feel kind of fits that time.
I don't think they should have even approached him, to be honest with you.
No.
I think the police, get on the speaker, say what you got to say.
If you're talking about an hour
turn the lights out, and then they would have left. You know he's not going to stand there with all these kids in the dark. Now, come on.
I guess my issue with it, too, is come on, let's be serious here. 18 minutes?
It's so unrelatable, y'all, to us. Yeah. I wish we could show
I went to a very big school.
And my kids did, too.
Yeah.
And the town, everybody comes to the games, and they have a huge stadium now. When they were there, it was smaller. You still couldn't get out in that length of time. It probably an hour. It would take you out to.
And this is the thing. People were in the parking lot kicking it. Like, let's be for real.
They tailgate.
I don't care how small of a town this was. People were still in the parking lot kicking it. You targeted 18 minutes.
Yeah.
The band hasn't loaded the bus no matter what. The players haven't loaded the bus. None of that has happened in 18 minutes. I really
didn't understand.
My parents were so glad when I could drive, because they were like, okay, baby, we'll see you at home. Right. Because you're waiting, an hour, 2 hours?
It's a night.
It's a night.
It's a whole night. Yes. It's a whole night. And you usually, where my kids went to school, you park somewhere else.
Yes, and then you walk down there. Yes.
And it takes a long time to clear out.
This is ridiculous.
I really didn't get it. And I just, I'm not an Alabama person. I don't know how they do things. Texas, this is way different. This wouldn't have been a thing.
No.
I don't think. No.
But I tell you one thing.
We don't appreciate it.
I hope his doctor finds a little heart defect after this and you can sue them. I said what I said. I said.
I still say it's wholly unnecessary. Yeah, they should not have done this in front of the kids. There was a better way to handle it.
Yes.
And I think both parties could have handled it differently.
Yes.
But the police really could have handled it differently.
Tasing someone for playing an extra 18 minutes is
crazy.
It's insane.
Get on the microphone, make your announcement, and go on. Okay. Researchers at Cambridge University have discovered that people don't become adults until they're in their 30s. Did you know this?
I do from my own life.
But they're saying the brains of 18-year-olds are still undergoing significant changes in growth.
I believe it.
I think that's so interesting. So do you think this should affect, should 18-year-olds still maybe not vote, not go to join the army?
Oh, of course
all the things that we let them do at 18.
Man.
Like maybe that's not a good idea.
You're opening up a whole can of worms because you already know folks gonna feel some kind of way about that. But I will say this. I genuinely do not feel that I developed a true sense of self until I was 32. I can very specifically remember developing.
I think I didn't really get a lot of good sense till I was 40.
I believe it. I believe seriously. Because I still do stupid stuff now, y'all. Yes.
And then
I'm a
stand up for myself.
Yes.
Know what I want.
Yes.
Lots of things.
I agree.
So, I mean, it is kind of surprising. I didn't know that. But I think our society is so built on the 18 and the 21-year-old thing.
And some of that had to do with lifespan back in the day. Think about that's what some of that had to do with was life expectancy.
Well, you had to grow up. If you don't have a choice, you do grow up. Now, come on.
Yeah.
If you have to see to yourself, to siblings, to whatever the circumstances are, you will grow up.
And I think that's more of what it is.
This was really interesting. I know nothing's going to happen. And I still think 18-year-olds should be able to vote because what you vote on affects them.
Yeah, it's going to affect where you are when your brain is developed. That's not going
to change, but it's interesting. Maybe
the study itself is very interesting.
It's interesting. And then do we want to, maybe if your kids or people it's kind of a conversation to have about making some of these life-changing decisions at this age.
Now, I think 18 is too young to be married. I know that people aren't going to agree with me, but
back in the day, like when my mom, she wasn't 18, but that was the age.
That was it.
A lot of teenagers got married.
Oh, yes.
People right out of high school but they were going to war too.
Yeah, I mean, all of it was different, but
it's a conversation.
I'm just going to stand by. I think 18 is too young.
Only thing you need to decide is go to college. You know what's so funny? Have you guys seen those posts? People are posting texts they get from their kids in college.
Yes, girl,
they are hilarious.
Tickled me, and I was like, "Yeah, that sounds right."
Mom, where's my social security number?
Yes.
What are they asking?
Oh my gosh, I've seen all kinds of stuff
about their Some
of them are hilarious.
They are hilarious. Like, how do you do this? I don't know about. They are just so clueless. So when you read those and read this, it's like, I can believe that. I can believe that. These kids just don't know what's going on. So maybe wait till you're 30.
Please.
Yes. Up next, our picks for the sexiest man alive this week. But first, a message from our sponsors.
During hard times, it can get really difficult if you don't have anyone to talk to. Being alone with your thoughts can be an isolating feeling that can allow negativity to consume you.
This is why we are sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with the therapist in under 48 hours.
Then you schedule secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime.
Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. So many people use BetterHelp that they are currently recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states.
Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee. That's betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee.
Okay. I've switched lanes.
Oh, did you?
I did. So to give some context as to who this is, you sucked me into Only Murders in the Building. And I love, on the show, his name is Theo Demas, right? So he's this Teddy. He's the son of the guy.
He's deaf. Is he deaf in real life?
He is deaf in real life.
Okay.
And my language in college was sign language, and I still love sign language.
And I love that they're hiring deaf actors. I think that's so cool.
Yes. So his name is James Caverly.
He is cute.
And
super
he
cute.
is my sexiest man alive this week. He is so cute to me.
He is really cute.
And I like their little friendship. Him and Mabel.
Yes.
Mabel, Selena Gomez.
Yes.
Selena Gomez have.
Okay, I'm picking Neil Patrick Harris.
Okay, you done went into my lane.
And I've always liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Not way too young for me.
He's not that young.
He is. No, he is. I remember when he was Doogie Howser, MD.
I
remember.
Yes,
I do. He was so cute.
He was cute.
He's cute now, and he does lots of things, lots of theater.
Yes,
things. He's kind of a song and dance guy now.
Yes.
But he's adorable, and I love seeing his online presence with his husband and his twins, and they're so cute.
And all of their shows.
They're growing up. Lord,
they are.
They're probably about 12, maybe 12 or 13.
At least.
Something like that, but so cute.
Oh, I really wanted them to redo Uncoupled. Remember the show?
To renew it. They didn't.
They didn't, right?
No. Maybe somebody will pick it up.
It
was a Netflix, but it could.
You're right. And now it's playing on like Showtime and Hulu.
Well, maybe they do that. Maybe another network will pick it up. Because it was really cute. I thought it did well. I don't know. I guess not.
Hello. Showtime has picked up Uncoupled for season 2 and possibly beyond.
Okay. That happens. That does happen.
It does.
Oh, good. That was so cute. If you guys haven't seen that, watch it on Netflix. Or is it still on Netflix?
I think it's on Netflix, Hulu, and Showtime right now.
Okay, so you've got choices.
Actually, I take that back. It is no longer on Netflix. So Showtime, Hulu, they probably sold it.
So Showtime and Hulu.
And it looks like it's on Paramount Plus also, if you have that. So
yes, and you can have I have Paramount Plus with Showtime. It's kind of a
yes, thing. I think it is. Okay, that explains how it was listed.
Oh, so good.
Yes.
Good.
Okay, because I wanted, and I like Tisha Campbell.
It ended on like a cliffhanger.
It did, and I like Tisha Campbell's conversation. Anyway, y'all need to watch it. It was good.
So cute.
It was good. Okay, loves, thank you for pulling up a chair and joining us for coffee. Please subscribe to Are You Free for Coffee podcast wherever you are listening. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode and find joy in the little things. Until next time.
Part of the Boundless Audio Podcast Network.